How much support do you think Representative Moore and the United States Congress can give beyond what you have already identified? The foot soldiers who are there, and the military which is already going in, and the bombs that the military gave recently. How much more support can they give?
Well, controversially, I am calling on the U.S. to consider establishing a base in Nigeria, particularly the Middle Belt. Why am I calling for that? The base will make a permanent presence of the most formidable military in the world in the most deadliest part of the world. Again, Nigeria is the deadliest place to be a Christian, and that is the Middle Belt of Nigeria. They have the most fertile land, but people are hungry because they cannot go to the farms. So when people talk about sovereignty and all that, the world is run by global powers, and America is one among those, the top powers. If we align with them and allow and permit the US to establish a base from which to fight terror, we become the ally. Instead of operating AFRICOM from Ramstein in Germany, they should operate it from Nigeria. And that will keep us secure and together. Investors will come. And when you have a US base, of course, American investment comes. And Americans are one of the richest countries on earth. You can only get better. Again, people will tell you, oh, they'll give you bad stories. But the truth is that our story is already bad. It cannot get worse. 11 million people have been abandoned for more than 10 years. What could go wrong? We need the United States closer, because at the same time, while we are complaining that we don't want America, the terrorists are taking over our land. They're taking over places. Who would you rather prefer, a terror base or a US base? I'll take a US base every day.
But you know that the Germany you're citing and most of Europe, they outsourced their security to the United States, and then that caused them to stay back, and they have not been investing in their security. Do you think if the United States gets such a base in Nigeria, Nigeria is going to slow down on its own investments in security, and at some point, Nigerians may want to push the US out, as they did in Niger Republic?
I don't want to go into the geopolitics of the Niger question. I think there are several reasons, but on your question around Nigeria, Europe not investing in their security, Europe have been freeloading on the US for a long time, and somebody called Donald Trump and said free lunch is over, and suddenly the whole world is saying, why will a rich country, the richest in Europe, not have a proper security for themselves? They just outsource it. So the whole fund for your security, they put it into 30-hour work week, holiday, and why Americans, we that live here, pay huge tax for our own defense budgets. Trump is saying, no, we can't continue to pay for your security. It's like someone that kept you in his house feeding you, and suddenly he said, no, I won't feed you anymore, you're angry. Be angry now. So Nigerians will benefit because already we don't have the funding anyway for our security budget, cannot even compare to New York City NYPD budget, our entire country's budget. So we don't invest in security at all. Because of our corruption problem, because of over the years, lack of trainings and capacity building. The US coming can only better us because we are already a man at the floor fears no fall. we are at a point where the terrorists are killing our soldiers. The terrorists are killing our citizens. They are taking people, our government, although they disagree, would secretly go and pay them ransom. So we have no capacity to be proud of. So some people are always this high horse. They sit on a high horse. No, you should be ashamed of yourself if you are actually want to be honest. You cannot defend the weak. Imagine a father who has children at home, and somebody comes in every night, rape them, beat them, and go back. Then after a while, you go and pay the person not to come today. What kind of a father are you? As a Nigerian, I'm ashamed on behalf of our country. We failed the weakest. Our job is to protect the weak. Our job is to defend the civilians. Our job, when I say our job, we, particularly as men, I am a man. I know my instinct is to protect. And I see our women and children being raped by ragtag, slippers wearing illiterates in the name of one hallucination. That's a failure of a society. So